Greetings, everyone! Hello. And welcome to another exciting, spookifying Halloween group viewing. This time around, we're going to be watching kind of a special one. This is Dracula from 1974, directed by Dan Curtis, who some of you may know from Dark Shadows and Trilogy of Terror and several other classic monster story adaptations. And starring Jack Palance. Yes, the Jack Palance as the inimitable Count himself. So, I just wanted to say a little something here, kind of a little bit of interesting trivia for you. A few years prior to this film, Marvel Comics started publishing a whole bunch of different horror comics featuring some of the classic monsters. They did Werewolf by Night, The Monster of Frankenstein, and of course, The Tomb of Dracula. Now, that comic predates this movie by about 3 years, but interesting to note, I am aware, Carlatin, that you can't see me. That is intentional. Just let me do the show here. Thanks. I know what I'm doing. So, yeah, anyway. Sorry, the chat is interrupting me. They're freaking out because they can't see me. Well, that's okay. You'll see me in a minute. Anyway, so the comic predated this movie by about 3 years. And the reason I mention it is because the artists of said comic modeled Dracula after, well, just look for yourself. Huh. Does that look a little familiar? Yeah, so they actually modeled Dracula in the comics after Jack Palance, which I thought was kind of cool, that they basically predicted that he would one day play the Count. So, here's the way this works. Now, I do have some good news for you. It turns out that this particular film is available all over the internet. So if you don't have the DVD or the Blu-ray, we've got you covered. It's available all over the place. So it is on YouTube. However, I should mention the YouTube version is taken from a PAL VHS recording, which means it has the 4% PAL speed up, and as such runs about 4 minutes shorter than the Blu-ray and other editions out there. So if you watch that version, you're going to drift out of sync with me over the course of the movie, until at the end you'll be about 4 minutes ahead of me. So, there is a version on Daily Motion, which does run at the correct speed. It should be about an hour and 37 minutes is the running time we're looking for here. And if you happen to have Amazon Prime also has the movie in glorious high definition, no less. I'm guessing it's the same transfer that they use for the Blu-ray. So, yeah, so if you're watching this on YouTube, I will include links in the description so you can queue up the movie on your end and watch along with us. Okay, so you can, if you're watching on YouTube, you can pause the video while you run off and get the movie, and I'll be waiting here for you when you get back. Okay, you back now? Good. Okay, so cue it up at the beginning there, and I'm going to be watching on my on the Blu-ray edition at this end here, and hopefully we'll stay more or less in sync. So, once we get the actual show going, you will see a counter at the bottom of the screen, just to make sure you're kind of at the same spot that I am, and it's also for anybody who comes in late to the live streams of these so they can join in where we are. Yeah, good times. Alrighty, so I'm going to give you a countdown from 3. So I'll basically say 3, 2, 1, play. You want to hit play on 3. No, not on 3. On play. Let me do that again. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, play. And you want to hit play on play. Alright, so that's the way that works. So, okay, so get all queued up, get all ready. I'm just going to unpark my Blu-ray here. There we go. Okay, here we go. So hold on, I got to click a couple things simultaneously on my end. Okay, here we go. Ready on 3, 2, 1, play. There we go. Alright. So we should be all in sync now. Excellent. Here we go. I've actually watched this one a few times. I gotta say, I didn't know what to expect going into this, but in all honesty, Jack Palance is freaking great as Dracula in this. The hounds are baying. Oh, here he comes. Oh, yeah. He's on a mission. Look at the way the cape just flows down the stairs, eh? A Dan Curtis production. In color. Wonderful. Very nice. Bistritz, Hungary, May 1897. So, I should say, one of the things I watch for with these Dracula adaptations is to see how accurately they follow the book. And this one actually follows it pretty accurately up to a point. And I'll maybe point out that point when we get there. But this whole opening sequence with Jonathan Harker and everything is pretty accurate. Hey, it's that guy. He was in one of my all-time favorite Doctor Who stories, specifically The Deadly Assassin. He played Castellan something. He was the guy who was helping the Doctor anyway to solve the murder mysteries. Great. I have chocolate. He has such lovely handwriting. Da da da. I love that song. Me too. Okay. Ein, zwei, Polizei! Sorry. Hurry! We must drop off this cursed man as quickly as possible! Murray Brown as Jonathan Harker. And introducing Murray Brown as the Beaver. I was wondering what BSC stood for. Bachelor of Superb Cinematography. There you go. Robert Colbert. Oh, interestingly enough, Robert Colbert, another Dark Shadows connection. He's the guy who did all the music for the original Dark Shadows series and movies. Yeah. Richard Matheson. Holy shit. He wrote other notable things that I can't remember right now. I just recognize the name. I think your ride has arrived. Now, this is one of the things I always watch for, because in the original book and movies, Dracula himself is the coachman. But in some of the movies, he's not. So let's see. Is Dracula the coachman in this version of Dracula? Ugh. Well then, thanks. Muchly. Here's your bag. Goodbye. Produced and directed by Dan Curtis. Okay. Well, it appears that it is not Jack Palance as the coachman, so this is one of the non-Dracula coachman adaptations, I guess. Oh, right. Okay, thank. Worm Disease just said, what dreams may come, various Twilight Zone episodes. I Am Legend. That's the one I was thinking of. I Am Legend. Yeah. No, I'm going to keep going fast. Oh. See, that's interesting. See, like in the original book, the dogs are chasing them or howling in the distance, and Dracula stops the coach, and he gets out and just kind of raises his arms, and all the dogs leave. So when I saw the dogs at the beginning and saw Dracula running down the stairs at the beginning, I thought, oh, they're going to do that, but they didn't. Oh well. Okay. I love these old castles. I'd love to spend a weekend at one. That line always holds such subtle menace. Enter freely and of your own will. It's like you are willfully accepting all of the shit I'm going to put you through by stepping through my door. Just so you know. It is a binding contract. You can't escape it once you're inside. Huh. Okay then. I'll eat later. Lucy. And yay, Arthur finally got Lucy in one of these. He didn't just get blown off in favor of Quincy and the Doctor. Like he does in so many of the other movies. See, that's interesting because in the book, he zeroes in on Mina, but yeah. Well, story time is over. Gotta go to bed. Bye. A month? You are going to live with me now until I say otherwise. And he thought it would just be a nice, simple, quick, easy little trip. Here, want to buy a house? Here's some houses. You want this one? Okay, bye. Yeah. No. Besides, how many guests does Dracula have, really? I mean, he's got to be... I mean, he was just in the process of telling him his whole freaking family history. Like, he's starved for company. That's out of the book, too. Cuts himself shaving. Well then, I'll just have more brandy then. Lots more brandy. And yes, that about sums it up, Stout. He decided to buy the property immediately and then forced him to stay for a month. Correct. Normally they give a little bit more explanation than that. It does seem kind of random in this version, but in other versions and in the book, the excuse was, well, I need to work on my English, and you can teach me English before I move to England. You know, and that was the gist of it. I don't know why they didn't just throw like one little line in there. But I guess it does kind of make his motivations that much more sort of sinister and mysterious because you don't know why. You know. Jalapeno cheddar Doritos for anybody who's wondering. I like the slightly Dutch angle there. Yay, more booze. Oh, Jonathan Harker, you lush. I like how wine is one of those strange consumables. It's like anything else is like, ew, it's old, gross. The wine is like, it's old. This is probably going to be really good. He is. He's constantly drinking. I have no idea what you're babbling about, Michael, or what it has to do with what we're watching, but okay, whatever. Oh, that's a pretty awesome painting, by the way. She looks like Lucy. Very young Sarah Douglas on the right, by the way. Yes, Ursa from Superman 2. Hmm. Well, damn, son. Hmm. Huh. Oh, we can hear you. And we're ignoring you. Totally sturdy. It'll totally hold your weight. Can't go down. Guess we'll go up. In answer to your query, Skinslip, thus far it's been pretty accurate to the book, but you came in pretty much at the point where it's about to diverge. Actually, it's already diverged a few times. But I'll talk about it a little bit more later. Hmm. Boxes of Earth. Ugh, manure! Ah. Of course, he would have the nicest coffin. Hmm. Hmm. Ah. The gypsies, his servants. Oh, crap. Hello. Damn. Whitby, England, 5 weeks later. Captain strapped to the wheel. That's right out of the book. And holding a crucifix, no less. So they definitely shortened the boat part. Did he just blink? He just blinked. The corpse just blinked. Alright, I'll be right back. No, for the umpteenth time, the soundboard won't work when we're watching movies. I turn it off for that. Just be a moment here. Ah, Minna. It's Mina! 1 N, Mina. 2 N's, Minna. Hers is spelled with 1 N, therefore Mina. Walking in her sleep. Boom. Well, holy moly, the amazing power of expository dialogue. We just skipped about 50 pages of the book right there. Wow, that really encapsulated a shit ton of information. That little conversation they just had over the past minute. And Ben Helsing's already there. Perfect. And there's Arthur. Literally draining you. Carfax. A fax in your car. It just shows how old-fashioned Dracula is. He still likes to use faxes, you know. Excellent. I can walk purposefully down these stairs just as well as my home in Transylvania. I knew I chose well. It helps the circulation, okay? Yes, read. That will keep you awake. See, I love this. He's simply projecting his force of will into the room from outside. Yeah, I know, it's day for night. Whatever. Suspension of disbelief, people. I guess it's almost like they're not actually kissing. They're just kind of like pushing their lips against each other and breathing on each other a lot. Because that's how I make out with a girl, totally. You know, it's... See, now Dracula knows how to bite a person on the neck. He doesn't cause pain, only ecstatic pleasure. Meanwhile, the Night Watch... Fuck balls! Oh dear. God, it's 3 in the afternoon already! Okay, she's still breathing. It's alright. Yay, transfusion. That's something that was pretty heavily in the book and you don't see in very many of the movies. Drink is happening to her? Wait, I don't understand. It's a couple of really good movies. Oh, Tish Pshaw. I'll just... I like how Arthur appears to be just kind of buying this immediately. Or not. Hang on, I'm not finished telling you all of my crazy yet. We'll just repeatedly slap each other in the face all night. Oh, thank you. She pronounced it properly. I love you even more now, Lucy. You pronounced Mina properly, and your lips totally didn't match what you just said, but okay. I'm feeling much better. you go. Excellent. They successfully defeated Dracula, and all is well now. Morphine. Lots of it. Or, no, I guess it'd be more like cocaine or something. Continue every safeguard, no matter how silly it may seem. Scarborough Zoo. Go get him, boy! See, now that's interesting. Now, in the book, of course, Dracula could just become a wolf. In this one, he went to the zoo and got a wolf. Okay. What's all this then? I like caramel. Wait. Oh, probably just a coyote. Don't put the gun down. Oh, shit. Damn. Shit. No, Arthur. Mrs. Westenra, the gun. Get it. Shoot the wolf, or just have a nap. Okay. Always quiet. So is Arthur conscious on the floor? I'm kind of curious what's going on here. So we know Mrs. Westerner passed out, shot the dog. I thought they were all... Oh, never mind. I got confused. I thought they were in the room with Lucy. Oh, they were in the room with Lucy. Okay, he passed out. I guess he shot the dog and passed out. Okay. Hey, it would have been nice just to see a shot of him going, ugh. Just to kind of establish that, you know. So I got confused. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's pretty horrifying, actually. Oh. And heartbreaking. Damn. That was brutal. That was really brutal. Sorry, the Van Helsing in this has got to be one of the tallest Van Helsings I've ever seen in movies. Oh, it's a very nice painting, too. Uh-oh. Don't let her in. Don't let her in. Vampire can't hurt you if you don't invite them in. Oh boy. No. Don't do it, Arthur. Don't do it. Oh, you idiot. Yeah, that's it. You're doomed. Hmm. Hmm. That's right. You just accept what he's trying to tell you already. How much more weird shit do you need to see? Yes, it sounds crazy, but it's a crazy world. Just deal with it. She's back in her coffin. Oh. Damn. I should mention, in the TV version of this, rather than just cut out the gore, they actually filmed alternate takes of scenes like that. So where she's like spitting up blood and stuff. In the TV version, she's just like, and there's no blood. So the TV version still runs the same length. They just used alternate takes of the death scenes that didn't have any blood in them, which I thought was a pretty cool way to do it. You can still have the emotional impact just without the gore, you know? Sorry. Okay. Well, I'm in. Mina. Mina! The Penny Dreadful. Ah. And the pieces of the puzzle begin to fall into place. So, by the way, this whole story here, that Dracula thinks that Lucy is the reincarnation of his lost love, had never been done in a Dracula movie before. This is where that started. This is where that started. And further to that, where it actually started was in Dark Shadows. That was the story, one of the story arcs for Barnabas Collins, was that he thought one of the women in Collinsport was his resurrected lost love. So Dan Curtis says in the interview that he blatantly plagiarized himself to sort of incorporate that into the story of Dracula. We have this peculiar mishmash of the two lores. But the interesting thing is, a lot of subsequent versions of Dracula use that resurrected lost love storyline, and they think, like, people think it's from the book, but it actually isn't. It's from this movie. This is where it came from. Oh. So he's lost her twice. if you run that back later, watch the girl in the coffin, because it's actually her in the coffin. They didn't put a dummy in there. And when he flips the coffin, you see her go, whoop! She like quickly puts her arms up. Damn, dude. He went all Hulk smash on that tomb. Yes, skin slip. I went off on that earlier. It's Mina! One N, Mina. Two N's, Minna. It's one N. Therefore, Mina. The only one to pronounce it properly was Lucy. And Lucy's dead now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now Dracula is pissed. And not that they were trying to interfere before, but they went and killed his resurrected love. So yeah, pretty much everything from this point out is a huge diversion from the book. Menacing black boots. How dare you stand there in fancy dress? Such menace. That's great. Catch! Like he's just swatting people away like flies. Ah. He came, he saw, he beat the shit out of everybody. Ah. 10. It's interesting. I think in the original book it was actually 50. He had 50 boxes of Earth. Well then. Wait! running through the street going, Fine, you know every little kid loved to do that. Even you. Earth. Earth. Richmond. Around and around they go. Fuck me! Let's go. That was like the Victorian times equivalent of using a proxy. He was hiding the IP address of his house, so he bounced it through several shipping companies, so the shipment couldn't be traced back to him so easily. Yes, it's kind of funny. So it's like the story of Barnabas in Dark Shadows borrowed a lot from Dracula. And then when Dan Curtis did Dracula a few years later, he borrowed a lot back from Dark Shadows. Like we saw how Dracula has Carfax Abbey. In Dark Shadows, Barnabas has the old house, which is next door to Collinwood, the main house where most of the story takes place. Aha! Boxes of earth. There they are. See, of course. Yeah. Yeah, so that was basically the idea. It was from the book. Was he would have several hiding places where he would have a coffin with earth in it that he could retreat to. So if one of his, hideaways was discovered, he would have like 49 more that he could go to. You don't live that long without learning a few tricks along the way. Fucking hell! Let's go back to the dangerous place that we came to the hotel to get away from in the first place. Like, logic, maybe? Mrs. Westenra just likes to stare at people and smirk, no matter what the situation. The staring smirk. Love these Dutch angles. I find Dutch angles can be quite effective in horror movies. They give that little bit of extra sense of disorientation. You know? Oh shit, that's not good. That's not good. Where is he? It's so quiet. Hmm. God, it's dead silent. Ah. Damn. Oh shit. No! Damn. Like it was nothing. Slight additional application of force, but otherwise very little effort for him required. Oh shit. Well then. Why didn't they do something? Everyone screams. Well, because he's too fucking powerful, that's why, and he had them at his mercy, essentially. I mean, if they tried anything, he might have killed her. So better to just kind of let this play out, and we'll see if we can save her later. Oh, yeah. Guess what? They've been busy. Damn. That is some anger and anguish and frustration and... yeah. Uh-oh, I'm getting hypnotized, and so is everybody else. My dirt, my beautiful dirt. I've got a jar of dirt. Yeah. This is from the book, too. Yeah. Because she's connected to him. Now they can use her to help find him. Another piece of the puzzle falls into place. Oh, he's taking a boat. They'll take a train. Mina! Mina! Mina. Mina. Drives me crazy. Yeah, but Michael, this has the sappy eternal love story BS too. This is where the Coppola version ripped it off from. Did you not notice that that's in this one too? And that is correct. Did you miss the whole thing where I explained all this before? Were you like taking a dump or something? Like, I covered all this like an hour ago. You can't hear me. What do you mean you can't hear me? Okay. Well, I can't help you then. They have arrivathed. That's one difference. In the book, of course, it's a mad dash to get back to the castle before the Count. But in this one, apparently not such a mad dash, I guess. Just as long as we catch him before too long, it's fine. You know, no rush. We'll get there. This underground area. It's very reminiscent of the 1931 design. Although I think this is all location. I don't think these are actually sets. Pretty sure this is all on location. I just thought it was a bit of a dick move for Dracula to just leave his 3 brides there and fuck off for England by himself. Well then. Oops. Van Helsing just like, yep, all in a day's work. Arthur's just like, the horror, the horror. I've been working on the railroad. Sorry. Oh, Iron Maiden. Yep. Pit. Spikes. Oh no! It's Harker! They turned him! Well, damn. Well, that was some foreshadowing that paid off, like, almost instantly. Look at this random pit of spikes that we haven't seen or mentioned at any other time in the movie. Well, now we know what happened to Harker. Never bending love. But yes, Michael, I explained everything about the love story coming from this movie, and that's where Coppola ripped it off from. And oh my god, I'm not explaining it all again. But I literally explained everything you were complaining about, like an hour ago. So she's starting to be affected by the things that affect vampires. But yeah, the Coppola film stole that from here. This is where that never-ending love angle originated. This is the first movie that ever had that. Ever. Oh, damn. Oh. Hmm. Oh, no, you don't. Oh. Oh. Damn. Well, then. That was a good day's work. We killed 4 vampires. No, 5. 5 vampires today. The 15th century. Dracula. Devil. Ah. It has yet to be disproved. Disproved. Well, I'm convinced. Clearly there's a real Dracula out there somewhere. I mean, that's just, you know, the only logical explanation. See? Mina! Mina! Mina, 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 not Mina, 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 Mina. It's the one thing that drove me crazy about this movie. Now, something nobody mentioned, but now that I mention it, you're going to realize that, oh yeah, that's right. What the hell? This is one of the few versions of Dracula to not have a Renfield. Did you notice that? There's no Renfield. There's no Dr. Seward. There's no Quincy. It's just the adventures of Van Helsing and Arthur. So, yeah. No Renfield. And the thing is, it's like you don't really even notice because the rest of it was just so well done. It doesn't really need it. Stoutman noticed. And he didn't notice. Or didn't mention it. Oh, okay. Apparently, Frankenstein the True Story is also on Amazon Prime. That is one that we will be watching very soon. I'm not sure when exactly, but very soon. I can't get out of this. It's giving me an ad for the soundtrack CD of the movie. It won't let me skip it. Hold on. There we are. Okay. So there we go. That was Dan Curtis's Dracula starring Jack Palance. Yeah, it's interesting because after doing this film, Jack Palance said there's an interview with him on the Blu-ray, an archival interview, and he said that after doing this, he was approached to play Dracula several more times in his career, and he always turned it down because he basically just said, "Well, I played Dracula, and how unfair would it be of me to play the role again?" And deprive some other actor of giving you their interpretation of the character. Like, I thought that was a good, really? Just one tick above the Velvet Vampire dude? Really? Come on. It's got to rate at least a 7, I think. But, wow. Velvet Vampire rated a 5. But anyway, yeah, so he turned it down. But he also said that he's a little bit method when he takes on a role, and he very much tries to get in the headspace of whatever characters he's playing. And he said the problem with Dracula is he's a character that's pure evil, and he said that as he was playing the role, he felt he was becoming Dracula more and more, like in terms of how he was perceiving the world and stuff. And he said he was quite relieved when it was over and he could go back to being just Jack Palance again. But yeah, he was okay. I think your rating is disproportionately low compared to what you have rated similarly. Because I think, yeah, that's my opinion. So, I think if this is a 6, then Velvet Vampire should be lower. Because there's no way Velvet Vampire is only one tick less than this. Like, no way. Come on. And yes, that is very generous. I'm guessing you were factoring other things into that, and not just the quality of the film itself. It's like, well, yes, it's a shitty film, but was I entertained? A 4 out of 10. That's a little more likely. Okay, so Seth Angel gives it Jack Palance Dracula 7.6 out of 10. Big Leo gives it an 8 out of 10. Very good. Yeah, I'd probably rate it a 7 myself. Just because, I mean, I love Jack Palance in the role. I think he did a really good job, and it was a lot of fun. And very obviously, just threw himself into it. As Ginslet mentioned earlier, he was very much chewing the scenery. And it was great. It was just so much fun to watch. But, yeah, and it's it's an interesting take because in many ways it's actually quite faithful to the book. Like, it does borrow quite a lot from the book, but at the same time, turning things on it, slightly askew and a Dutch angle a little bit, with of course having no Renfield, so that whole subplot is gone. Having some little twists, like as to Harker's fate is different from what's in the book, and of course having the eternal love, resurrected love, never-ending love, whatever story, which has since become a trope of Dracula movies that we've seen many times before. But yeah, good times. Well, and that's what I was saying, since it was like, yeah. I didn't notice the lack of Renfield either until afterwards. I'm like, wait a minute, there wasn't a Renfield, because Renfield is another one of the things I always look for in these. Is like, so I'm always curious to see what the different interpretations of Renfield are going to be, because I know that's a role that actors have a lot of fun with, and every actor seems to have his own sort of unique take on that character. So it's always been one that's really fascinated me, just from sort of, studying the actor's craft point of view. But yeah, no Renfield in this one. Alrighty, well, I'm going to be heading back onto Twitch after this, but going to end the group viewing. Thank you very much for joining me, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you again next time. Lots more Halloween movies to enjoy that we'll be watching over the course of, well, between now and Halloween, essentially. So, hope you'll join us for some more of them, and if not, well, hope you enjoyed this one. Alrighty. That is it from me to you for now, so until next time. Oh, and Stout gives it a 7.5. Okay, very good. And we'll see you next time. Until then, sayonara. And just one final look here. Alright. Catch you later, everybody.